Jack, Tiki Taka and the Amigos have booked their semi-final places. One slot left, who will fit it? Thailand's Buffalo Run or BrotherhoodVN of Vietnam? It's next live on One Play Sports. Welcome, friends. Hope Saturday night finds you well. You are looking at us live in the West Wing of the One Play Esports Spectrum, the home of the 2020 One Play Pro Club Challenge, where tonight we'll fill our final semi-final slot. Will it be Thailand or Vietnam celebrating? We'll know in just under an hour. Let me introduce you to the man to my right. He is the godfather of style, the first admiral of FIFA. What he doesn't know about gaming is not worth knowing. It's the notorious Nitin Nambiar. How are you, old?
Why you stop? I'm fine. I'm doing good. I actually really looking forward. Hey, don't do this. Oh, wow, this guy. He's taking it there.
I can't quite put my finger on it.
What?
There's something a bit different about you tonight.
Nothing's different. I look good, I think. Not too bad, not too shabby. Thanks for noticing, though. I did kind of have a little light shave.
No, don't tell me. Tell the people watching
I
at
had a
home.
light shave. Yeah, that's all, guys.
You had a heavy shave, didn't you?
It wasn't. There was a bit of an accident during the shave, but you know, you can't see. No one knows. All's good.
Looking sharp.
Let's get back to the game, bro. We got a big one tonight.
Looking sharp, my brother.
Thanks, bro.
Looking sharp. Welcome, friends. Let's get stuck into the action, as Nitin says. Slightly less of him tonight, but he still looks fantastic. It's week 10 of the One Play Pro Club Challenge. Here is all the action you need to know about. Tiki Taka through by beating Hyenas. Amigos through with a masterful performance against the Thai gang. And that means Thailand's hopes are all on the shoulders of Buffalo Run. Like Tiki Taka, yet to concede a goal in the entire tournament. They take on a BrotherhoodVN side with some goalkeeper in Traitor Kid and also the ability to win tight matches, as demonstrated by coming through courtesy of the cool guys. Extra time golden goal against against Kerapok VFC in the last round. Both these teams have been involved in tight matchups. Looking forward to it, Nitin. Should be a good one, this.
It should be a good one. You know, both came through tough ties. BrotherhoodVN, of course, beat Old Man United, then they beat Kropok, followed by the boys from Buffalo Run, who beat Pui FC, and then Pakcik Legend. So no easy route to the quarterfinals for these two, but they face off now for a place in the semis.
So that old footballing cliche, but there's no easy games from here on in, whether it be in the One Play Pro Club Challenge or indeed the One Play Sports C Nations Cup, which really does heat up now. We're down to the semi-finals, the first one of which is tomorrow, the second one on Wednesday. $2,500 in the prize pool. Those 8 nations have been whittled down to 4. Only Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia and Thailand remain the 4 seeds living up to their top billing. And it says every Wednesday, Friday and Sunday, but there's no more Fridays left. We're with you tomorrow night for the first semi-final, Wednesday night for the second semi-final, and then we've got our grand finals weekend next weekend with the One Play Pro Club Challenge third and fourth and finals match on Saturday, and then the grand finale of the One Play Sports C Nations Cup will crown our champions a week tomorrow at 11 p.m. Singapore time, GMT +8. And I can tell you this now, there are 4 games left in the One Play Sports C Nations Cup, and they've all got one thing in common. For a special prize, Nitin Nambiar, what is that thing in common that they all have?
For a special prize, they're all live and exclusive on the One Play Sports Facebook and YouTube page. Also, we've got a new page that started up, the One Play Sports Esports page. If you guys could shower a little love on that page, we'd be very grateful.
And your page is doing well as well, at Nitin Nam, your Facebook fans. I think you've got more likes than the One Play Esports page. The bosses won't be happy about that.
At Nitin Nam too. Anyway, I'm going to help with that page as well. So
yeah,
don't worry. No. We'll get the numbers up, and eventually it will
eclipse.
It will cast a shadow over my page. No worries there.
Yeah. Your special prize is you get to
sanitize. Don't spray.
You can't have too much sanitize, my friend.
Yes, you can.
I hope you're doing well at home. Don't forget, if you want to be part of the semi-final and finals night coverage for the One Play Sports C Nations Cup, you can be, because your country needs you. If you are from Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia or Singapore, film yourself singing your national anthem with the anthem playing on YouTube in the background. Film yourself in landscape, not portrait, landscape. And email your entries to studio@oneplaysports.com or WhatsApp them to +659 721 7756. Nitin will now demonstrate what landscape is.
Landscape, guys. Portrait, landscape. So please send us your videos like this. It's not very hard to do. Just need to turn your phone sideways.
My, what a big phone you've got.
Thanks, bro. It's the S20 Plus. It's quite big.
Is that your phone in your pocket, or are you just pleased to see me?
I am pleased to see everyone that's here.
Let's get stuck into tonight's big action then, because it is the One Play Pro Club Challenge. We are almost down to the final four, but not quite. The bracket tells the story of this incredible competition. You can see on the left-hand side, Larojak Football and Tiki Taka through to try and fight their way to a share of the 1,700 Singapore dollars prize fund, an all-Singaporean semi-final, which will bring to you on Tuesday. The second semi-final will be on Thursday. It will feature Amigos of Malaysia, but will it feature Buffalo Run or BrotherhoodVN? Here is how it's been happening so far. The quarter-final results, Larojak comfortable enough against Ones to Watch, and Tiki Taka 1-0 scoreline against Hyenas, but that was a really professional performance the Tiki Taka boys put on. They played some beautiful pro club football.
Yeah, they are a team who are very good in attack, but also so comfortable on the ball, and it's really hard to gain possession of them and create chances for yourself, as the Hyenas found out, unfortunately.
So that's where we're at. Buffalo Run now taking on BrotherhoodVN for the chance to beat Amigos in the second semi-final on Thursday. Date for the diary for the first semi is on Tuesday. Expecting that to have big numbers. Larojak and Tiki Taka, two of the best supported pro club teams in Singapore. As always, we are fully interactive. We want you to like, share, follow, comment with us on this Saturday night. We like to give shout-outs, don't we? We do love a good shout-out.
Yes, we do. So if you have anything that you want us to say or you want us to do, Patrick's very keen on dancing and stuff. So just leave it in the comments, guys.
I don't mind to boogie. I can have a boogie when the time is right. Joshua Gilbert Narag is with us. Lots of our friends, understandably, from Vietnam and Thailand. So apologies if I can't translate your messages, but I will be giving you a shout out. So shout out to Joshua. Shout out to Jiroat Kantapai, who says Buff Hai Chin Dao. I hope I've pronounced that correctly.
Right.
We've got Trung Dang, our dear Vietnamese friend, the player manager for the Vietnamese national team. Trung Dang is with us. We've also got our dear friend from the Philippines, Choji. He's always with us night and day, and he's supporting BrotherhoodVN. Who are you going for tonight? Don't tell me.
Okay, yeah, we'll leave it for later.
Quite yet, as we start to get stuck into tonight's big matchup. It pits the only teams left from Thailand and Vietnam in the competition, Buffalo Run and BrotherhoodVN. As always, Nitin has been in the office and the studios for hours here in the One Play Esports West Wing, poring over the match footage from the previous rounds and telling you who the players should be to keep an eye on. Nitin, before you give us your in-depth analysis of your players to watch tonight, run us through the starting lineups, because there's some very familiar names for both club and country across both starting 11s.
Yep, no problem. For Buffalo Run, they're playing a 3-5-2 today. A very offensive formation, lots of space at the back for BVN, the BrotherhoodVN, to possibly counter. Players that I really like from their team. Sniper Lian's a fantastic keeper with a great record. Top B, Mickey, Coco Jang in defense are very strong and solid. Jetamon, Pote the Hulk have lots of energy in midfield. My favorite player from the team, though, I have to say, is Art Style. I think he's a really key player. He's like the Zidane of the team. Lots of creativity, lots of attacking threat. Also, the two strikers, El Colons and Popot, also known as Beta Bird, have done well recently and are very capable of causing any team problems. 2
goals from Beta Bird in the last round, in fact.
Yep, he definitely helped them progress to this stage, and I'm glad to see him starting today. With regards to the BrotherhoodVN, they're playing a 4-3-3. Again, we've got two top-notch keepers in goal today, Sniper Lian and Traitor Kid for the BrotherhoodVN. Players that I like from BrotherhoodVN, Keen's a solid right back, Bang Fam solid in defense, Heisenberg's a great central defensive midfielder, TK and Retro Kids like to join the attack. The cool guy on the left has lots of skills, and as you mentioned earlier, scored that extra time goal to send his team through to the semis.
The golden goal.
Yep, the golden goal. And Hui Nguyen up front also scored a fantastic diving header. Do you remember that Van Persie-like header? So yeah,
you brought that up in commentary. Wonderful piece of commentary by you, if you don't mind me lavishing some praise on you.
Thanks, man. I watch a lot of football, so it's nice to relate some esports to some actual real-life football. And yeah, so...
It's still real to you, damn it.
It is real. It's always real to me. Games are real, and they'll always be.
By the way, breaking team news. This just in from Tournament Director Yusuf. Shout out to our friends at VPG Virtual Pro Gaming. What a man Yusuf is. He's been with us all the way through the tournament. We couldn't ask for a more efficient tournament director, and it's largely thanks to him that this tournament, in fact, entirely thanks to him, that this tournament has been so brilliantly run, thanks to Yusuf and his team at VPG Virtual Pro Gaming. And to that end, he's just given me a bit of late team news. Change at centre-back for Brotherhood VN. Out is Vincent Shin. Lin Hut comes in. Lin Hutland in at centre-back. That can't be ideal. I'm told it's connection issues, which could also be a problem. I wonder if connection issues will affect some of these masterful players. So many to choose from. Where on earth has Nitin's spotlight fallen when it comes to the big man? Notorious as players to watch.
Too many options, so little time, Patrick. For the Buffalo Soldiers of Buffalo Run, their striker Popot BR9, also known as Betterbird, was on fire in the round of 16, collecting a wonderful through ball from teammate Artstyle with a brilliant first-time finish, low and hard past the keeper. He then added an all-important second, a perfect finesse shot that was too hot to handle for the goalkeeper. Incredible accuracy and guile shown by a man who is hitting form at the perfect moment for his side. To the man from Brotherhood VN, and I've gone for the cool guy. The left winger was a constant thorn in the sides of Kropo VFC in the round of 16, testing the keeper with this fiery effort. All it takes sometimes is one moment of magic in extremely close games, and it was the cool guy who provided it for his side on the day, setting himself up perfectly for the first time half volley after an immaculate layup from teammate TK. Match winner, magic maker, and goal scorer. Watch out for the cool guy. All right.
Good stuff, Nitin. Some real talent on display. That the cool guy golden goal will live long in the memory. As golden goal goals go, it was a very good golden goal.
It was a very good golden goal. I have to say, it was a fantastic left foot half volley. Found the side netting, no chance for the keeper, and brought Vietnam's only representative left in the tournament to the quarterfinals.
Speaking of goalkeepers, I know you're a huge fan of Trade to Kid. You were instrumental in Trade to Kid getting the call up to the Vietnamese national team for the One Play Sports Nations Cup. But we must also talk about Sniper Lien. You have touched on him already, but he's in the running for the Golden Glove Prize, which actually in the Pro Club Challenge is the best goalkeeper of the tournament. But you can't get much better than not conceding any goals. So if they carry on in that vein, the Golden Gloves and goalkeeper of the tournament will be the same thing. So he'll be hoping his team get through. There's a $100 prize for the best goalkeeper of the tournament, and whoever goes through out of these two will be in contention for it.
Yeah, definitely. I think Danny Buffett has a bit of a say in that in that race as well. But Sniper Lien's been fantastic. Buffalo Run, I believe, have not considered any goals at all so far in the tournament.
Yeah, only two teams that do that, them and Tiki Taka.
And that's fantastic, considering also we got to remember that Buffalo Run are technically the only non-seeded side still in the competition. Yeah. So fantastic stuff to see them do so well.
Technically and untechnically now, aren't they? The only ones really, because there was a
couple.
There was a couple of unseeded teams that got through, but further examination proved that they shouldn't have been unseeded. Kerapok were one of them. Of course, Kerapok were victims of Brotherhood VN last time out. Who were the other team that were playing Naughty Boys and changed their name?
The Shady Shapeshifters.
The Shady Shapeshifters. That's right. They had their bottoms spanked under their new name and were sent packing. So what Buffalo Run have done is come in under the radar. We saw the supposed best team in Thailand, the Thai Gang, swept aside in our third match of the quarterfinals. So now it's all down to Buffalo Run to deliver for Thailand. Brotherhood VN, the only Vietnamese team through to this stage. You can see the game's almost ready, so shout outs. Jiroat says he loves Buffalo Run. Pam says, go Power Rangers.
All right, go Power Rangers.
Dang Tai Ann says the fighting Brotherhood of VN. Lin Tan says I love Brotherhood VN. And our dear friend Frank Lucas is watching as well. Shout out
Frank
Lucas. Big Frank, we call him.
Frank the Tank.
These parts. You can see we are about to cross live to the stadium for our first matchup. Really looking forward to Buffalo Run against Brotherhood VN. We're in the final warm-ups. Nitin, just time for you to give us your prediction.
Yeah, I've just got my fingers crossed, hoping there's not any connection issues. Predictions, I'm going for Buffalo Run.
There's going to be a disconnection here. I think there is going to be a disconnection here. That's unfortunate.
There is going to be a disconnection.
So you can see, even though they're about to kick off, and there are clearly problems from Is it Buffalo Run or Brotherhood VN who are restarting here?
Buffalo Run.
Buffalo Run, I'm being told, so that's one of their restarts out. They'll get one more chance in this game, and then they'll have to play regardless. So we've had one player pull out early, Vincent Shin, the centre-back from Brotherhood VN, due to connection issues, and now Buffalo Run having to restart this game. What does that tell you about the latency and what we're going to see in terms of lag in this one?
I think Thailand are having internet issues at the moment. We heard pre-kickoff as well that the boys from Buffalo Run are facing internet issues. We heard earlier also that Artstyle was having internet issues and wouldn't connect, so that would have been a big miss for them. But overall, it's not promising signs, I have to say. Buffalo Run. Internet issues are a real pain in FIFA, and with everyone following their own circuit breaker or quarantine measures, everyone's at home using the internet. So countries have enforced internet throttling, which limits every household to a certain amount of internet, and that's not good news for gamers.
I must say, by and large, we have given EA Sports and their server a big kicking from time to time. We have been fortunate in this tournament, though. We had one game that was quite a lengthy delay, but other than that, we've had a couple of resets, certainly in the last 7 days, but nothing too disastrous. We've managed to get the games played in a timely fashion. Nothing's really dragged and dragged. So, touch wood. I don't know if this table's made of wood.
But it's not looking good, I believe, for the Thai side. And should they forfeit the next one and get disconnected as well, it's not looking very good for the Thais.
This gives an opportunity, though, to go into the Facebook comment section a little bit more to LSFC. Like, share, follow, comment. Keen Hyun is with us, getting the hearts out for BrotherhoodVN. Our dear colleague Amar is watching. And Duncan Elias, another valued colleague, principal presenter, brackets, Singapore, close brackets. He is also with us as well. Shout out to you, Duncan. I hope you and baby Caden are doing well. And Al Sakra, who is a very familiar name, Al Sakra, one of the top international talents, says, love you, Nitin and Patty. No one's ever called me Patty before.
Oh, I love you too, bro, and fantastic performance at camp yesterday. I have to say, you did a great job. You should be playing there more often. Great job, brother.
Yeah, he did stand out yesterday,
yeah,
didn't he?
Did. The Rock did a great job
one of the
in camp.
stars of the show. Yeah,
No doubt.
The Rock, who's been one of our guests as well
Yep.
on some of the previous shows. It was great to have him with us. So we're waiting for Buffalo Run to try and get this game restarted. This is their home leg as well, so it will be a concern for them that as hosts they were experiencing problems. Obviously, any game that's going to involve crisscrossing to Thailand and Vietnam for 2 legs is going to be a nervous time for both sides. Let's see if we can get action here, Nitin. If anyone's just joining us late, remind them of your prediction.
Yeah, I am going to go for Buffalo Run, but that is based on equal playing field in terms of lag. Buffalo Run are playing. I think that they're facing a bit of lag issues, but I'm still going for them. I believe they'll get the win, and I think they will go through 2-1 on aggregate.
So 2-1 then, Nitin says the Thais will squeak through. We are expecting, bearing in mind the quality of the goalkeepers and the previous form lines of these two, for it to be a low-scoring affair. Give me an over-under across the night, over or under 4 goals?
Under.
Under 4 goals.
It's going to be low scoring.
Says Nitin Nam. Let's see if he is right. We cross again live pitch side in Thailand for Buffalo Run in the Watford colours, yellow jerseys, black shorts, and BrotherhoodVN in the white. And it's straight away Thai gang. Thankfully, Nitin doesn't look to be too much of a lag, but BrotherhoodVN have come up with it early.
Yeah, but they're playing Buffalo Run, not Thai gang.
I do apologise.
It's okay, no worries. I get confused as well.
Games.
I called them Buffalo Gang earlier.
We forgot the Buffalo Soldiers, didn't we? They'll give us a rendition of Buffalo Soldiers early on.
Yep.
No, so give us a rendition of Buffalo
you asked me
Soldiers.
to give you Buffalo Soldiers from Buffalo Run. Hope you guys do well.
I see what you've done there. Very nice.
Quite nice, huh?
Oh, no. Now, who's disconnected here?
Oh, no. He's offing the commentary, I think.
That's very good work. They've noticed that they've put the commentary on. Who wants to listen to one of the world's greatest commentators, Martin Tyler, when you've got us? Don't worry, guys. Let's not interrupt the game. We can deal with the commentary on it. Concentrate on the match, fellas, if you can hear us. Just concentrate on the game. We don't need to... Well, they're trying to change this commentary. I wish they wouldn't, guys. Please concentrate on the game. We don't want to miss a goal because of this. Please, guys, thank you so much for being so professional, but let's not have this spoil the game any further. And I can still hear Martin Tyler. So we just fade him down.
Yeah, don't
worry.
No
problem at all. Very nice chat, Martin Tyler, one of the world's greatest ever commentators, but we'll concentrate with the bespoke commentary service we're bringing you live here on One Play Sports as the free kick goes to Buffalo Run. Shout out, Tung La is with us on the Facebook page. Nice to have Tung La there. It's headed into centre play by 2K.
I believe Trang Deng, the Vietnam manager, is here as well. So nice to see you, bro.
Yeah, lots of people getting involved on the Facebook page tonight as we now go to Artstyle. Artstyle, unusually for him, dispossessed. And here's the tall guy. We see what damage he can do down the left. They get it into the middle to Hoi Yang.
Oh, they've got it!
What a goal! Hoi Yang has scored after a wonderful build-up and assist from the cool guy. And the Vietnamese have the pressures away goal early. 11 minutes in, BrotherhoodVN 1. The Buffalo Soldiers of Buffalo Run 0.
Yeah, that's very disappointing from Artstyle. I do believe he's facing some lag. He lost the ball. The cool guy won it back. Played a nice little 1-2 with Hui Nguyen. Made the run. Nguyen ignored the run. Fantastic finish past the keeper. 1-0 to Brotherhood VN, but
El
it's not looking
Colons.
good for Buffalo Run at this point.
El Colons inside. They got a chance to get straight back in it. Pot the Hulk, deflected and just wide. Pot at the Hulk. Thought it took a deflection. It must have been off his own player because it's out for a goal kick, but at least they showed they can get right back in contention at the other end after the blow of conceding that away goal.
Yeah, maybe a good confidence booster to them to be able to, get a shot off on target. And I think Artstyle has dropped off, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's a nightmare. Artstyle's evening going from bad to worse. He'll be hoping.
I hope not.
Well, if it's bad for him in Thailand, what's it going to be like for him when the Vietnamese host the second game? Poto the Hulk! Better this!
He's there. Artstyle's
From
there.
Buffalo Run. So Artstyle not disconnected. Just looking out to see if we've got any bots. It doesn't appear so, which is good, Nitin. We don't want teams losing their chance when they've got to this late stage due to an internet connection or an EA server problem.
Exactly. That'd be so heartbreaking and be very hard for the teams to accept. So I'm glad to see that everyone's on the pitch and everyone has a chance to contribute.
Retro Kids, I've just been told there's been an internal inquiry and it's been decided that Youssef, tournament director of VPG, is entirely at fault for the fact they got the commentary
I knew
settings
it,
wrong.
Yusuf.
Youssef will have to be made to stand in the corner now for the first half, unable to watch the action. So, Buffalo Run, it's a disastrous start for them. And what do they do now? Because, of course, conceding a second away goal, even a 2-2 draw at this point would be a horror show for them. They've got to try and somehow make sure they score next. Down the left-hand side come BrotherhoodVN. This is where they've exploited all the way through their games, BrotherhoodVN. Another chance for Hoi Yang! And the keeper scrambling, missed it. And it's somehow sent clear by Top Bite.
Yeah, but it was a great cross, good chest control by Hoi Nguyen. Almost got his shot off. It's troubling times for the Buffalo Run defenders. They don't seem to be able to cope 25 minutes in.
Shout out to Gianluigi Zihars, who's showering compliments on you, Nitin. Lovely to see. Nitin Nambias fan club growing by the day. Rightly so. Don't forget to catch him on Facebook at Nitin Namb. Two? Who's the first one?
Me, my normal profile.
You've got two fan pages now.
No. I got one fan page and one normal page.
So do you keep your fans and friends separate? You get your burst?
No, I'm fine if they add me on both. That's fine.
Okay. Twice as many friends then.
Exactly.
Inside the first half hour we go. And at the moment, it's not been a night to remember for Buffalo Run. Defending to do here. And it's well cleared that time by Coco Jang. But Vietnam through BrotherhoodVN. Oh, look at that work. Beautiful turn from TK into the area. And Toppy just whacks it out for a throw. The Vietnamese are playing with a swagger here, Nitin.
Yep, and Buffalo Run just can't cope. Great play by BrotherhoodVN so far. They're finding the runs down the channels, gaining lots of possession, winning off people like Artstyle who are usually very comfortable on the ball, don't seem very comfortable on the ball today. So all credit to BrotherhoodVN.
Retro Kids involved in the build-up play there. Coco Jang should be able to get it away. Here's Pote the Hulk. Is it Pote the Hulk or Pote the Hulk or Potty?
I think Pote the Hulk sounds better.
Pote the Hulk.
Hey, Pote the Hulk.
Yellow card
Good
there
play,
for one of
bro.
the Buffalo Run players as well that I've just picked up. We'll keep an eye on that situation. Missed that in transit, the yellow card. Look at the space, though. Is this lag that's giving the Vietnamese so much space? They're standing
weird,
a mile.
right?
They're standing a mile off BrotherhoodVN there.
Yeah.
All the space, particularly down this left-hand side where they've always been dangerous. It was the left-hand side where the cool guy scored that golden goal that got them through against Karapok.
Oh, nice dummy there by the
Lovely
cool guy.
cross. Outside, not much on the header. Second phase, this is loose, could go anywhere.
Cool guy.
Comes to the cool guy, and it's well blocked by Topbeat. Well, Buffalo Run at the moment are just holding on. I think they need half-time here and a chance to regroup, Nitin. It's all Vietnam and BrotherhoodVN Retro Kids. Nice work. They can't get near these Vietnamese players at the moment. Is it looking to you like it's a lag or a connection issue? It's strange, isn't it?
No, it looks okay. They don't look too bad in terms of lag. I think this is all credit down to BrotherhoodVN and how they started this game. They've got their tactics spot on, and the 3-5-2 is working wonders.
Lin Hut, the emergency defender, called in after the late withdrawal of Vincent Shin, got a touch there, and it was a good one as well. He's helped set BrotherhoodVN up for a challenge again. TK is going to come back to...
Here's Pote the Hulk, finds Artstyle.
Yeah, Artstyle, who luckily hasn't been disconnected. Pote the Hulk and him are going to have to start working wonders through the middle now. Artstyle, that's more like it from Artstyle. Ball through the middle, but that was too easy in the reserve defender. Lin Hut manages to clear. And look at this for a quick counter-attack. All of a sudden, it's 3-on-3. Trebon finds a man in the middle. That man is TK. TK finds the cool goal!
Oh, 2-0! Away
What
goals.
a score! The TK finds the cool guy right on half-time. VN double their lead, and Buffalo Run are in all sorts of trouble now, Nitin Nambiar.
Yeah, fantastic start from BrotherhoodVN. A great goal by the cool guy. That's his 289th goal in his 872 games. So, a hell of a record for a left midfielder. Always a threat in the box, as he showed there. wonderful control, got past his defender, and a smart little finish past the keeper.
Saw the away fans absolutely loving it, and they trudge off the pitch in Thailand. The Vietnamese very happy indeed. Is there any way back from Buffalo Run here? Because we've seen teams overcome adversity to find a way through, but you've now got to factor into it. They're going to have to beat Traitor Kid at least twice, most likely 3 times, to try and get the game back on track here, and you just can't see it happening. They had one half chance that went wide. Other than that, it's been all BrotherhoodVN.
It is possible, I have to say it is possible, but
unlikely, extremely
very unlikely considering BrotherhoodVN have this 3-5-2 formation down to a T. They know exactly what they're doing. They look so comfortable in the ball, always having options in midfield. It's not looking good for Buffalo Run at the moment. They've got to change things, and they've got to change things quickly.
I think they're making more efforts to try and change the commentary settings. It's not ideal not to have the natural sound, but obviously we like to bring you this bespoke commentary service here on One Play Sports as we get pitch side for the second leg. BrotherhoodVN in the white, left to right. Buffalo Run of Thailand in the yellow and black shorts of Watford playing from right to left. Trung Dang says if they can get a clean sheet here, this is game over, and I probably would have to agree with you.
I agree.
And if they get another away goal, I'm trying to think of some of the biggest away victories we've had. We had some big victories in the first stage of this competition, the round of 32. I remember To The Moon of Thailand winning 3-0 against Kitakata.
Kita.
I always call them Kitakata, don't I? I keep thinking of Pussycats. Oh, Artstyle though, that's a good steal. And Artstyle gets it to Pawpot. Pawpot now looks to try and get it back to Artstyle, but Heisenberg comes up with it. And Vietnam survive, and BrotherhoodVN can launch again.
Oh, good ball there by the cool guy. Tried to find that good run that his striker Nguyen had made, but unlucky not to find his teammate.
Yeah, Coco Jang coming up with the acrobatic clearance, and this is more like it. Buffalo Run starting the second half well. Can they get a goal to get back into this tie? Not like that. The cool guy brings it away. Cameraman's all over the shop at the moment. I think he's been on the Sherry pre-match. Over the top it goes. That's a long ball with purpose. It's found Hun Yang. Yun Yang!
Oh.
What a goal that would have been. Just over the bar. And somehow Buffalo Run survived, but this game is opening up. You said under 4 goals on the night, Nitin. That's looking in doubt at the moment.
Yep, looks like I've got my prediction totally wrong.
Oh,
but that's fine.
Poor Pot. Yeah, it's a difficult
happens,
game predicting these games. The quality's so high. Out for a corner it goes. That was the defensive mistake. Can Buffalo Run take advantage of their first corner of the game? It's going to be an outswinger by the looks of things. Keeper comes and Traitor gets the punch clear. Oh, nice
fantastic
touch from TK, wasn't that? Beautiful work from the keeper and from TK. And they've got man in acres of space on this
ball.
Near side. And they've managed to find him. Tumbin, and it's going to be off top B for a corner. Tumbin there with a wonderful run down that right-hand side for BrotherhoodVN. In it comes, heads are up, drops down. And Hun Yang got there first. Somehow, though, Buffalo Run get it away with Pate the Hulk. Spraying it out to this right-hand side of Buffalo Run. But it just seems to me, when they're in possession, BrotherhoodVN seem to have more time and space than Buffalo Run at the moment, Nitin.
Yeah, the BrotherhoodVN team have their defense pretty much settled here, and they look very comfortable in terms of how they're dealing with the Buffalo Run threat. But having said that, if Buffalo Run commit too many men forward, and the BrotherhoodVN boys get a counter-attack.
Oh, here's a chance, Artstyle. They get it clear through Keed.
Like this.
And just to put those 2 first-half goals into perspective for BrotherhoodVN, Buffalo Run hadn't conceded in 360 minutes of Pro Club One Play Sports football prior to that, and they managed to score twice in, what, just over half an hour.
And they've missed a couple of chances, you know, besides scoring 2 goals. So it kind of shows how they've got their tactics down, and as well they know their opponents, they know their opponents' weaknesses.
Look at this from TK. He's been absolutely glorious, TK. Man of the match performance. He gets it to the cool guy. We've seen this before. TK on the return. Can this count the performance? Still can score, TK. Down he goes, and it's a penalty.
Oh my God.
TK has forced the penalty, and they'll have a chance to go 3 up. Is it the cool guy over it? Cool guy up against Sniper Lien. The Thai keeper needs to come up big.
TK.
TK won the penalty,
well played,
scored
bro.
the penalty, and TK has put BrotherhoodVN with surely now an unassailable lead. It's BrotherhoodVN 3, Buffalo Run 0, and TK. But I was talking about him in the build-up to that play. He deserved the right to take that penalty, because he started the move and ultimately finished it.
Yeah, he had a huge say in that goal. Fantastic run into the box. The cool guy found him with a nice pass. Showed good skill to beat a couple of defenders and was taken out yeah, but and the referee thought it was a penalty. So fantastic stuff.
Did you
from
disagree
TK.
with the call?
No,
The
I don't.
penalty?
I don't. It is a stonewall penalty, and 3-0 to Brotherhood VN is no fluke. They've been fantastic in this game. 3 away goals. It's pretty much game over in my opinion for Buffalo Run, unless they manage to get 1 or 2 here, but it's still looking very unlikely.
All the form lines pointed to this being a low-scoring affair, but how on earth Brotherhood VN have unlocked this defence, and quite comfortably at that, if Buffalo run 3 times. Goodness only knows. I'll be interested to know in the post-mortem whether there was any issues with connection or lag, or whether there'll be any excuses coming out of the Thai camp. But quite frankly, this is surprising all of us. Remember though, it might say 70 minutes on the clock. There's still 110 minutes to play in this match, because we will go to the Brotherhood VN Stadium in Vietnam immediately after this matchup in Thailand for the second leg. But bearing in mind what's happened here, Buffalo Run are going to have to go on a goal-scoring frenzy away from home. Tup Bin, lovely work from Tup Bin, and ultimately Coco Jang manages to stay up. Just looking at the formations as well, Buffalo Run decided to go 3 at the back. Can you blame that at all? Have they got the formations wrong? Should they have gone 4 at the back?
Yeah, perhaps. I don't think the 3-5-2 has worked for them today.
Will they change it for the second game? Would you change it if you were the manager? Got to change something, right, to change the flow of this game.
They have to. I think, you know, it's got to be an all-out attack kind of formation, perhaps a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow.
Oh, here they're in again, Brotherhood VN. Can they get the shot away? It's Hoi Yang. Lovely turn, Hoi Yang. Finds the cool guy. 1 touch. Cool guy, 2 touch. 3 touch. Look at the skill. Still the cool guy in the middle. Oh. He gets a touch, Sniper Lien. But my, oh my, TK and the cool guy are tearing the ties apart.
Yep, the Brotherhood's VN's 4-3-3 has been way superior. They know exactly where their teammates are. They're defending in numbers. They're countering in numbers. Buffalo Run's 3-5-2 just hasn't worked today. Here's
a man we haven't talked about much, El Colons. I thought he'd be much more influential in this game. He's hardly had a touch. He might get one now, though. El Colons looking for options, but look how quickly the Brotherhood are back chasing. Cross comes in. It's a decent one. Can they get the finish? Touch from the traitor kid, and it was enough to get it to the cool guy. And now the cool guy looks upfield for options, decides to go back. We're into the final 8 minutes here of virtual time in the second half of the first leg in this crucial 4th quarter final in the One Play Pro Club Challenge, where Buffalo Run have been blown away by Brotherhood VN. They trail 3-0 with the second leg to come. Here's Keane. If they get a 4th goal late on, then this match is well and truly over.
Yep, you know.
Lovely cross from Keane. Headed away well in the end by Topby.
Well, this has been a very unlike performance from Buffalo Run. They seem a shadow of themselves today, and I know that's all credit to BVN and how they're playing. BVN have been amazing.
To the tool guy, the cool guy was offside. I think that's the only thing he's done wrong all night, as we get a glimpse of Brotherhood VN playing in their LA Galaxy shirts, as we now are into the final 3 and a bit minutes of virtual time at the end of this first match, and just really wonder where Buffalo Run can turn this round. I suppose a late goal here might give them some heart and spirit and hope. But where's it going to come from? They've not really looked like scoring. The defence of Brotherhood VN has been absolutely masterful. Traitor Kid, in truth, hasn't had to make any of his trademark world-class saves.
That's the most disappointing thing from Buffalo Run is they haven't created any chances. Traitor Kid hasn't had to make much saves. He's had to come out for a few crosses, but that's about it. So attacking-wise, the 3-5-2 has been an absolute failure today.
I know you don't give your man of the match award out until the end of the 180 minutes, but surely you must be looking at the cool guy and TK. They have shone like beacons, haven't they?
They are definitely on top of this at the moment. Even I have to say, Ong Diaz at left back has been superb.
Is the referee going to let this passage of play continue? He will, but that will do it. Full time
well done,
here
BVN. Well
at the
done.
Buffalo Stadium, and it is all smiles from the Vietnamese away fans there at the corner of the ground. Brotherhood VN, courtesy of 2 first-half goals, 1 from Hoi Yang and 1 from the cool guy. Gave them a 2-0 lead before a second-half penalty expertly converted by TK after he won the penalty himself has put Brotherhood VN in something of a cruise control. We'll get a chance to look back at the highlights with Nitin Ambier, but just look at that. No shots on target on the stats from Buffalo Run. That tells a story, Nitin.
Yeah, very disappointing attacking display from Buffalo Run. I think even defensively, they'll be very disappointed having kept 4 clean sheets so far in this tournament. Today, the defense was a bit of a mess.
Well, as much as the defending was bad, you have to say some of the build-up play was sensational from Brotherhood VN as we get a chance to see the first one.
This is Nguyen, good control in the box, found a gap, managed to, a bit lucky to not see that shot deflected off the defender's legs, but a fantastic finish nonetheless. 1-0 to Brotherhood VN.
It was one that just sailed over.
Yeah.
That was a Rony real half opportunity. That was to make it 1-1 seconds after Pote the Hulk skying it.
Yep. And this was the second goal, I believe. Yep, the cool guy getting the luck of a deflection. Still managing to show great composure, slots it past the keeper. Fantastic stuff from the cool guy. He's got a goal and an assist in this game, so he's been very influential. And this was Nguyen's effort. A bit rushed here, kind of took his shot a bit too early, blasted it over the bar, but you know, it's promising signs that he kept managing to get in behind that Buffalo Run defense.
We have had some incredible second half turnarounds in matches, haven't we? But this would be something else. Remember the Shapeshifters 2-0 up against the Thai gang in the first game, and Thai gang came back to win that one with 5 goals in their home leg, that was. But it's going to take some time. That's not going to happen today.
The last piece of highlights you saw there was TK's penalty. He did some brilliant work to get into the box, showed some great feet. Dragged it back a couple of times, got cleaned out by a Buffalo Run defender and slotted home the penalty. 3-0 to Buffalo Run, and fantastic stuff.
Chow Tran says, if somehow they lose this second leg and go out the competition, I will quit. He thinks Brotherhood are through.
Bro, I agree.
Ayman Roshizam, shout out to our friend Ayman. He'll be joining us on our match coverage for Malaysia's semi-final in the One Play Sports C Nations Cup tomorrow as Malaysia take in Indonesia. He cannot believe the 3 away goals for Brotherhood. It certainly is impressive. Shout out to Tran Tam, who's impressed with what he's seen there. Gianluigi Sars is with us asking if our dear friend Trung Dang is playing. The answer to that is no. So, well, it would be some ask, but can they do it? Is there any way they could at least score the first goal to give us some excitement in the second leg? We'll find out in just a couple of moments' time. Stay with us on One Play Sport. They may lead 3-0, but they still got 90 minutes to see out BrotherhoodVN against Buffalo Run. The second leg of our final quarterfinal is next.
The Summer FISU World University Games is coming to One Play Sports this June. A celebration of international university sports and culture, showcasing today's stars and tomorrow's leaders. Catch the highlights from the 2015 and 2017 edition from Monday to Friday, only on One Play Sports. Coming up on One Play Classic this week.
Welcome back live to the West Wing of the One Play Esports Spectrum. Nitin Nambiar alongside myself bringing you live and exclusive coverage. Ongoing coverage of our One Play Pro Club Challenge. Tonight is the 4th quarter final. Who will join Tiki Taka, La Rojak and Amigos into the semi-finals? Looking very much like it will be BrotherhoodVN. And if they do close this out, leading with 3 away goals going into the second leg of their own stadium, they will take on Amigos in the second semi-final of this competition on Thursday. And just mega impressed. Nothing really to say. Difficult. Our job isn't to, make stuff up here. Hard to see a way for Buffalo Run to get back into this. They certainly have to score. They can score an early goal in the second match, maybe sort out any connection issues that were troubling with them. Maybe they can turn it around, but it's a big ask because you're not going to be able to score 5, are you, or 4? And how are they going to keep BrotherhoodVN from scoring at home?
Is it possible? Yes. Is it likely? No. So I think...
Somebody once, a very wise man once said to me, any outcome in a sporting event is possible, no matter how unlikely it may seem.
That's not true.
Okay, well, give me Liverpool, AC Milan.
Okay, no, I mean, like, if you're losing 8-0, you're not going to come back. You know what I mean? So that.
Yeah, but the 8-0 you just said at the start was an impossible scoreline, but yet it was possible.
Yeah, but the comeback isn't going to be possible, you know what I mean?
But they're not 8-0 down, they're 3-0
But
down.
I get what you're saying. Again, let's not have this conversation on air. I get what you're saying. It is possible. I hope Buffalo Run, managed to prove me wrong. I did predict you guys to go through that first game performance was a bit of a shambles. I think you'd agree. Offensively, couldn't get anything going. The 3-5-2 isn't working. I hope you guys shift the tactics around and, show an improved performance in this second leg.
I'm going to task you very early on in this second leg with trying to identify what tactical changes they've made.
Okay.
You are the tactical maestro of this game, aren't you?
I don't think so. I'm decent at FIFA. I've used a couple of formations that I think work well for me. And 3-5-2 isn't one of them, unfortunately.
What's your favourite formation?
4-2-3-1 narrow.
4-2-3-1 narrow.
Or the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. I like narrowness, Narrow.
Never mind the quality, feel the width.
Yeah, I'm not very good on the wings. FIFA used to encourage you to cross,
Yeah.
but currently it's a bit hard to cross unless you have like a Zlatan at the far post. You're not going to score too many goals.
Okay. That is noted. Let's tell you what's coming up across the network in the coming days in terms of Pro Club action, because as I said, we are now at the business end. After tonight, every game we bring you in both competitions is either a semi-final or a cash game, because of course the grand final and the third and fourth place playoff in both competitions come with them big cash prizes. Tomorrow night, less than 24 hours from now, it will be the first semi-final in the One Play Sports C Nations Cup, Malaysia against Indonesia. Our dear friend Ayman Roshizan will be joining us as part of our match night coverage. That's 11 p.m. in the East Wing. Make note of that, please, folks. That's the East Wing of the One Play Esports Spectrum. Malaysia, very impressive in topping their group in Group A against Indonesia, who finished second in Group B. First game will be at Bukit Jalil. Second one will be at the Gelora. And then we have an off day on Monday, as we always do, but we'll be back on Tuesday with the first semi-final in the One Play Pro Club Challenge, and that's an all-Singapore clash. La Rojak against Tiki Taka. Who you taking there, big boy?
I'm going with Tiki Taka.
Okay,
But it's going to be a very, very close game.
They both impressed, didn't they, in the quarterfinal?
They're both so impressive. To pick a side in the semi-finals is really hard, especially when both of these sides are from Singapore. So, all the best guys.
No.
I wish it wasn't an all-Singapore semi-final, but you've got to make do, and one of you have got to get to the finals.
That's coming up on Tuesday. Now, back to the LSFC. Remember to like, share, follow, comment. We're building a fantastic community here on One Play Sports. Lovely words from Xiao Tran. Thank you very much, Xiao. Shout out to you, giving us a shout out on the caster's desk. Trung Dan says something here, and Trung's a big friend of the show. Lovely chat. We've had him on the show as well as part of our build-up to Vietnam's national games. Trung says, the bot in midfield killed Buffalo Run. They lost the midfield battle. Did you notice the bot they had in midfield? Buffalo Run. We did.
No, I noticed they had the ball in midfield, but I do feel like whoever had played in that midfield for Buffalo Run during that first leg wouldn't have been able to make too much of a difference, because the three TK, Retro Kids and Heisenberg were just fantastic in the middle.
I mean, never mind the middle, down the left-hand side, as they have done throughout the tournament, every time TK and the Cool Guy link up down the left, they always look like they're going to create a chance.
Yep, and they got Ong Diaz at the back, who was, I thought, super solid at left back. Defensively, he was phenomenal. So with that kind of protection at the back, I guess it gives the likes of TK and the Cool Guy the freedom to go forward and do what they want.
And remember, we talk about teams riding their luck early. We've talked a lot about La Rojak in that game against Ankatsuki that was absolutely incredible. They arguably deserved to go out on balance. But what about BrotherhoodVN and that golden goal against Kerapok, the team formerly known as KL Dortmund? I mean, they had a bit of a smash and grab job themselves there, BrotherhoodVN. So if you're improving as you go along, we've seen some teams in the round of 32 blitz sides, then find a way of getting knocked out in the round of 16. But these teams that are slowly and steadily improving all the way through the tournament, BrotherhoodVN fit that profile of a team peaking at just the right time.
Yep, agreed. Like you said, in the previous tie when they knocked out Kropo, I do believe in that first half of extra time, Tretekit pulled off a fantastic save to keep his side in it. So it's a game of margins, and currently the margins are favouring BrotherhoodVN. And when you're entering into the latter stages of the competition, that's always a great sign.
Let's check in with Tournament Director Yusuf from VPG Virtual Pro Gaming. What's the status of this second leg? Both teams disconnected, I'm told. This does not bode well. That gives me an opportunity, actually, and it's brought about by something Chao Tran has said on the Facebook comments section. And you can give us your thoughts on the Facebook comments as well, LSFC. With FIFA 21 looming, and when do they start leaking out details of FIFA 21 soon, or do you have to wait till the game's actually released?
No, they will leak out like trailers and stuff like that. But, with the Premier League seasons, all these big international league seasons being, we have no idea when they're going to end. I think FIFA might delay the release of FIFA 21.
Interesting. One thing, I think we've touched on this before, but for the benefit of those not watching every night, if you're not, why aren't you watching every night?
Why?
What one thing do you want in FIFA 21 that's not in FIFA 20?
What's one thing that I want in FIFA 21 that's not in FIFA
Imagine
20?
I'm Father Christmas. Imagine I'm Father FIFA Christmas,
Sure.
and I can make your dreams come true.
Yeah, EA servers improve. That's what I want.
Apart from that, that's a gimme. Well, in terms of the game action, you talked about the crossing.
One thing that I'm not a fan of skill moves, and I feel like skill moves have become overpowered in recent years. So, stop with the skill moves. You can beat a guy like 6 times using the same skill move sometimes. It just doesn't make any sense. It makes the game feel like a game when what you're trying to do is make the game feel real, right? So, No, come
You
on.
want more reality.
I want more reality, you know, less of the skill moves, more of the 1-2s, you know. That's football. That's the basics of football. That's what I want.
That's the thoughts of the Notorious. Let us know what you'd like to see on the new FIFA game as well, please. LSFC, like, share, follow, comment. Still waiting for these teams to connect as we go to Vietnam and Brotherhood Stadium for the second game. Trailing 3-0, Buffalo Run. They're going to need to score the first goal. And when we look, we previewed the game talking about some of their superstars, the likes of Art Style, the likes of El Colons. We hardly see El Colons get a kick in the game. Pote the Hulk was a little bit more influential, but it goes to show just how dominant Brotherhood VM were. When we look at the three centre-backs, and they were the three for me that seemed to touch the ball the most. Mike, Top B and Gogo Jan all did their job, but just couldn't prevent the onslaught from Brotherhood, who've scored 3 times past a top keeper in Sniper Lien.
Yeah, you know, they scored 3 times and they found like another 3 times to, you know, to create chances where it looked like they were going to score, but they missed. So full credit to Brotherhood VN for finding a way through that very tough and stubborn Buffalo Run defense. But things have got to change for Buffalo Run. They've got to come out of this game pressing from the start, trying to get goals early and shake the confidence of Brotherhood VN.
Let's fingers crossed then and go over to the Brotherhood Stadium. I hope all is well with the stream. Iman, by the way, says they nerfed skill change from FIFA 19 to 20, but now even the short passes are horrendous. Trung Dan says he wants the ability to reconnect when someone is disconnected. That would be nice.
Did they nerf the skills though, bro? Because I played a lot of FUT at the start and I kept getting beaten by that sidestep Iniesta move.
Okay.
No, a bit one too many times. So, you know, even when you try and set your defender to stop it.
You're doubting the skill nerf. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I'm
here?
doubting the skill nerf. You know, I think FIFA 19 was a lot more fun for me to play, in my opinion. Yeah. FIFA 20 hasn't been as fun.
Can you tell me what that actually means, skill nerf?
Oh, it means they've dumbed it down. They've, you know.
So what's nerf? Is that like street slang?
Yeah, it's like
what's it mean?
Street slang for bringing it down a bit.
Okay.
Bring it down a touch.
Can you just be like more polite and say,
10 to 7.
Goodness gracious, the skills have gone down a little bit in FIFA these days, old chap. Never mind this. What's the skills nerf and all that? Or am I not down with the kids?
You need to get with the times and get with the lingo, bro.
Fair so we've lost that game, it looks like. So now, what's the situation here? Because one of these teams now on 2 disconnections, Yusuf. So now we have to have a ball game, do we? Or which is the team that's allowed to disconnect now? So only Brotherhood VN. It was 2 disconnections from Buffalo Run. So it goes from bad to worse. Buffalo Run could be faced here with having to play bot heavy. Everything's going wrong for the Thais tonight. It's such a shame. And it looks like it may well end up costing them their chances here, because even at full strength, it was a huge ask. If they've got any handicap at all in Vietnam, it's going to be 9 impossible. You can nerf that to the bank.
Yeah, it's looking like internet issues are troubling the Buffalo Run team, and it's really sad to see, you know, at this stage of the competition, the only unseeded team left. I would have loved for them to make a real run at, you know, winning this competition as a whole, but as of now, it doesn't look very likely.
Iman, a great conversationist, and Iman, thank you very much for joining us in this virtual chat while we wait for the game to reconnect. He's come back at you with something, Nitin. He says, you can't chain more than 2 skill moves, unlike in 19, which I can do La Croquette from the mid to the opposition box.
You can't, at the start of FIFA 20, you can't. I believe you can, bro. I faced it a few times where my friend is really good at skill moves. He kept doing it.
Yeah, he said I can do La Croquette.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Again, skill moves are great, you know, in terms of beating one guy, maybe 2 guys, but if you're beating 5, 6 guys with the same moves, it kind of defeats the purpose of the game.
And that carries from Pro Club and the one-on-one.
Yeah, it's the same all the way. If your Pro Club player has a certain level, I think 4 or 5 star skill moves, you're allowed to do pretty much most of the moves, and sometimes it's just impossible to stop. Even though you know exactly what he's going to do, you try and position your defender to cut it out, but they still go through, and it just frustrates you, and controllers get broken.
But it won't. None of this is going to stop you guys. I mean, you're the same. Nitin, you're the same. You'll be the first ones. You'll probably be one of the first people in Singapore to own FIFA 21, I'd imagine.
You see, that's where you might be wrong, because I think I've had enough of FIFA.
Don't say the initials.
Not enough of. I've had enough of playing football games in general. They take up too much of my time. I've now shifted to more first-person shooters, having a lot more fun with my friends, and let's see what happens. If FIFA 21 turns out to be an awesome game, I'll probably get it. But as of now, I'm trying to cut down on my sports games and go into first-person shooters.
I thought you were about to say the 3 initials that must not be spoken.
Ooh, no, I'm not going to say that. Not yet, at least. Maybe next year.
PES? Would you go down that route? Or was it a bit like
was
it a bit like cheating on your girlfriend, switching from FIFA
to be
to
fair,
PES?
I only started playing FIFA at about FIFA 12 or FIFA 10. Before that, I had FIFA 98 and stuff. But since then, I was a big Winning 11 fan. I was a Pro Evolution guy all the way. FIFA won me back over from the dark side, and now it looks like I might be tempted to go back to the dark side if that's the better game.
If there are any executives watching this from EA Sports in Canada, they'll be terrified at the words from Singapore's #1, nay, Southeast Asia's #1 pro club analyst and pundit, Nitin Nambiar. He's now getting fed up with FIFA.
Yeah, it is.
FUWF.
It does get you a bit riled up sometimes, and you know, some people still love it. And fair play to you guys, as long as you enjoy the game, play it. But if you're getting angry every weekend playing weekend league, what's the point?
I kid thee nay. Nitin is not a happy Nambiar.
Nah, I'm okay. It's fine.
We're still waiting for happening in this game. Now, this is, unfortunately, we might be getting into the situation what we yet to see this season, the team. And talk us through what happens now. So if Buffalo Run have a nightmare with connection, are they just going to have to line up with a team full of bots here? Or are they going to forfeit? What's going to happen?
It looks like it. I think if they're lining up with more than 8 players who are bots, I think, Yusof, I think you should make a decision there. I think it would not be fair. It would not be actual representation of Buffalo Run, and I believe, in my opinion, they should forfeit the game if that's the case.
Yeah, very good advice.
If that's the case,
but I'd have to caution you, you're not the tournament director.
I'm not. That's why I'm asking Yusof what happens, because we haven't faced this kind of scenario
That's why
yet.
Yusof gets the big bucks. He makes the big decisions. I will ask Yusof now. Yusof, can we have a ruling? What's the maximum number of bots should allow for a game to continue? Maximum of 5 bots. So he's going to be even more strict
than me.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting to see. And the longer this goes on, I'm afraid the worse it does appear to look for Buffalo Run. Because quite frankly, again, for those people not familiar with pro club football, if they turn up with more than 5 bots, because we've seen teams, don't forget, start games. We've seen teams from the Philippines and from Thailand start with 4 or 5 bots in some cases across the back line by choice, when they're worried about the server, and still win games. I'm sure there's been a team that have won in previous rounds playing with 4 or 5 bots at the back.
I think that was To The Moon who started their first game with lots of bots, and they were superb in that game, to be fair. But again, it kind of takes away from the tournament. The whole point here is to have 11 players, each in charge of a position, working together and playing together. So if there are too many bots, we might as well play a friendly on FIFA, and you know.
So we now need to transition you. If you're getting fed up with FIFA, FUWF, we need to get you into the analyst chair for one of these big new esports that's being planned by a head of esports, Jess. So what game do you think would work best on One Play Sports in terms of our continuing esports coverage?
I think we're looking at going into Mobile Legends. I know from Jessel, I don't play Mobile Legends myself, but I know there's a huge following. Dota is another one with huge following. The game that I'm playing most now currently is Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Having lots of fun with my friends. We play in groups of 7. We play against other teams. It's lots of fun, and we're really enjoying ourselves at the moment.
Lovely stuff. Nitin Nambiar, our expert analyst, the godfather of gaming here on One Play Sports. We can now, I think, oh, goodness gracious me, let's have fingers crossed to see if Buffalo Run can turn this round, and we'll see how many bots they've got as well. It's BrotherhoodVN in the LA Galaxy white playing from left to right. Buffalo Run in the Watford yellow and black playing from right to left. Remember, the Brotherhood 3-0 up and 3 away goals at that as they start the second leg. And look at this, Buffalo Runner coming out fighting. There was a little bit of a niggle going in one of those early challenges, Nitin.
Yeah, they've got to come out fighting. They've got to give this a go. And, you know, even if they don't manage to qualify, at least leave the tournament with your heads held high. It's a repeat. It's a repeat.
New game, same old story. And you can stick a fork in this one, folks, now. It is done. They are 4-0 up on aggregate, 1-0 on the night. And that 3rd-minute goal from Hoi Nyang, who got the first one in the first game. He's got the first and then the second as well. And it is a night to forget for the Buffalo Soldiers of Buffalo Run. And this could get ugly now, Nitin.
It could get ugly. Again, a fantastic touch from Nguyen in the box.
Oh, he's in again! Oh. My word, that looked close.
Yeah, shifted it past his defender, got the shot away, found the side netting, no chance for the keeper. A great finish and a great start from BrotherhoodVN, who almost went 2-0 up. I'll
ask you to update the formations in a minute, Nitin. We've hardly had time to settle down. I can definitely see one bot, I think, playing centre-back for Buffalo Run. It just looks to be the one at the moment. You can try and pick out if any others are having problems. Now, Betterberg, we hardly saw anything from him. Here's Pote the Hulk. And Lee Hyuk gets it away. He's had a good game, by the way, that late call-up at centre-back. Lee Hyuk for BrotherhoodVN. Not that he's had much to do. Here's TK. Look at that inch-perfect pass. He's found the cool guy. Cool guy down the left. White shirts pouring forward in the middle. The cool guy puts it back, and they're now almost playing Ole football with still 80 minutes to go.
Yeah, BrotherhoodVN full of confidence after that first leg, getting a goal so early in the second.
Oh, look at this. TK on the turn. TK on the turn.
Class.
TK on the turn. Plays it through, and well watched in the end by the Buffalo runner. They can get it away. Well, they're sending a message out here, BrotherhoodVN. If you're an amigo, you're going to be concerned. And never mind then, the two Singaporean teams who play each other in the first semi-final on Tuesday night, the Rojak and Tiki Taka, they'll be impressed by what they're seeing from the Vietnamese here, Nitin. Oh, here's a chance for TK into the area. He's crowded out of it. And of course, also nice to see a Vietnamese team through, bearing in mind that Vietnam were knocked out in the group stage of the One Play Sports C Nations Cup.
Yeah, very unlucky to see them knocked out. They were third in the group with, we call the group of death in Group A. Malaysia and Thailand obviously finished first, but Vietnam came a very close third, and it's fantastic to see them make the semis, a team at least make a semis in the Pro Club Challenge.
Good corner and a free header. That would have been a fairy tale for the centre-back up from the back, who was only in the starting 11 due to that late connection problem for Vincent Shin. It was Lee Shirt with his header over the bar. But 60 minutes in, does it look to you that Buffalo Run have almost given up the ghost here now, Nitin? Remember, I know again it's unlikely, if they win 4-1 on the night, they'll go through on away goals.
Yeah, but it's very unlikely, and I hope this doesn't sink their confidence. I hope they still manage to keep going in this game, because there's still time, anything can happen, and if you believe, you can achieve.
Look at this from Titbin. Lovely ball from Titbin. Narrow angle. Lovely pullback. TK! Deflected another corner. But they are going through the gears, turning on the style. And the Vietnamese boys, the brothers of BrotherhoodVN, are sending a message out with this performance against a team that hadn't conceded going into tonight. They've already conceded 4, and that was very nearly 5.
Yeah, but look at how well BrotherhoodVN are playing. They are just on top of their opponents. I do believe the formation hasn't shifted for Buffalo Run. They're still playing that 3-5-2 at the back.
And they've got the bot there playing the deepest midfield, the deepest defensive role of all.
And it looks like the 3-5-2 isn't working again here in Game 2.
Just trying to identify. I wonder if that's Mikey who's dropped out. Maybe Coco Jang. I don't think I've seen him touch. That's a nice ball through. Here's a chance for Poe to the hole to square it back. Oh. And look at that. I think that's the first touch that Trade Tickets had of the ball in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, and I thought there was a slight shout for a penalty there. It was a bit of a reckless challenge coming in, but not much contact, and the game goes on.
Shout out to Ijar Rosamain. Much love from Brunei, says Izhar. Great to have you with us. Brunei
Thanks
also
for joining us,
doing themselves proud in the One Play Sports C Nations Cup. Hope to see some Brunei club teams maybe in our next club competition, Nitin.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Brunei did put up a decent showing in the C Nations Cup, showing that they have the quality in that region.
Good ball from Poe to the Hulk. Narrow angle here for Art Style. Lovely flick. Finds Jetamon. Gets it back to Poe to the Hulk. Can he pull the trigger? Still Poe to the Hulk. Needs support. Finds it with Topby. Topby out to the right-hand side. This is better from Buffalo Run, and they'll at least get a corner out of it.
Yeah, much better from Buffalo Run. I think they took a bit too long to get the shot off there. Had an opportunity to get it off a bit earlier, I feel. But overall positive stuff that they are actually creating some chances.
Oh, this is their best passage of play in the night so far, but they still come away from it empty-handed, and they could be caught short at the back now. Lovely first-time pass, just not on the same wavelength. The runner forward there was Hu Nyong, and they've managed to bring it away. Over on that far side, that's a nice reverse pass from Buffalo Run. And another great pass into the middle, but well watched at the back by Bang Pam, and away it goes.
Oh, that's a great clearance if Cool Guy gets it, but slightly off.
Just out it goes. If you are with us, just joining us late, coming up to midnight Singapore time, that's GMT +8. A slightly late finish tonight, owing to the fact that we had connection issues ahead of the second game. But we managed to have a nice little chat through that. It's quite nice, because obviously you being a showbiz type now, you flounce in about 10 minutes before the show. We never see each other socially, so having these nice conversations with you at the desk when there's delays, it reminds me of the good old days when you were a normal person.
I believe I came in at 4 p.m. Today, so not sure where you're getting the 10 minutes before live. I still put in the hard work, bro.
Of course, an absolute soldier. Talent and head of production. Is there anything this man can't do?
I can't get 30 wins in weekend league.
Really?
For FUT, yes, it's almost impossible.
Oh, yes. And as my technical director, Sam, says in his ear, he can't shave either. There was a wardrobe misfunction with the shaver from Nitin Nambiar tonight, but he's covered it up brilliantly. Izzar's thanking us for the shout-out. Izzar, you are absolutely welcome, buddy.
Thanks, Izzar.
Great to have you with us. Keep the comments coming. LSFC, like, share, follow, comment with us here on the One Play Sports Facebook page, and that's going to be a throw. And this game, unfortunately, is damp squibbing its way to the end. If only Buffalo Run could get a goal before half-time, at least then we might question whether BrotherhoodVN would collapse, and there'd be some collapse at that. But more likely, I fancy, is that BrotherhoodVN are going to add to the goal they've got in the second and the 4 they've got tonight so far. Having said that, Buffalo Run are improving in the last 5 minutes, but do you think that's because the pressure's off BrotherhoodVN now?
Oh, just as we said there to give the ball away. But yeah, it's been a much improved performance from Buffalo Run in this second half of the second half. They started very slowly, 15 minutes in. Buffalo Run slowly getting their way back into the game, but BrotherhoodVN are fully deserving of their 1-0 lead. The opening 20 minutes, I believe they created 3-4 chances and could have got more.
Oh, lovely ball over the top from Heisenberger. They can keep this in.
Ooh.
Just too much on it. I was expecting to see the cool guys trademark fancy skill there and maybe backheel that back into play.
Maybe, but I think just a bit too much on it from Heisenberg, who's been solid in CDM. He's joined his defenders whenever needed to and been so good with his passing ability in midfield.
And of course, Izar also mentioning another turning point in one of our big games this season, the red card. They got Brunei against Indonesia, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Against Malaysia, I should say. Oh, there's a lovely ball through.
Ooh.
But the traitor kid, there's a sign of a top keeper. Every time he's been called into action, it's just been for basic things, but he's got the basics perfect.
He is the traitor kid, and he is one of the leading goalkeepers in the competition, as he's shown today.
Here's Poto the Hulk as the whistle goes for
good half.
half-time, and another very professional 45 minutes of FIFA from BrotherhoodVN, who've added a goal to their 3-0 first leg victory and are now 4-0 on aggregate in front. The only way Buffalo Run can keep this tie alive is by scoring at least 4 in the second half, and it simply cannot be done, Nitin, on what we've seen so far.
It can be done again.
I told you.
If you believe, you achieve.
Exactly. That's why I said any outcome, no matter how unlikely, is possible.
Yeah, it is possible, but it's very unlikely. Again, BrotherhoodVN have been solid in this game, as they've been, throughout the competition, and especially over the 2 ties we've seen today. So they fully deserve their place in the semi-finals, and Buffalo Run have 45 minutes to try and change that.
Shout out to the Amigos, by the way. Their team are on the Facebook comment section, looking forward to their match, presumably against BrotherhoodVN. Afi Fuad says, looking forward to facing the traitor kid. Afi Fuad, a goal scorer in recent match nights here on One Play Sports. Here's Art Style, second half, with the Buffalo Run boys in the Watford yellow and black playing left to right. BrotherhoodVN in the white playing right to left.
Nice to see the Amigos guys, looking and scouting their opponents.
And shout out to our friend in Wales there. Josh Lewis is with us this Saturday night. Shout out, Josh. Good to have you with us, buddy.
Josh?
Here's Top Beat.
Arriba, Andre, Amigos.
Oh, lovely from Top Beat. Poto the Hulk, lovely layoff. Here's Arstar. Just can't force Trade to get into a save. Now they can, but he makes it look easy. Out wide it goes. We've already played the first 5 minutes of this second half, and the only question now is, can BrotherhoodVN keep this clean sheet intact and really send a message out ahead of the semi-final with the Amigos on Thursday? Oh, there's a giveaway. Tybon is in here, sensibly though, just taking his time, surveying the options and keeping possession most importantly. Tybo with a lovely cross, headed away by Mikey. Top beat. Game getting a bit bitty now. We're not seeing as much of that free-flowing football we saw from BrotherhoodVN through the first half hour of this show, Nitin.
Yep, but I think that's all down with got to do with game management. They've managed this game perfectly so far. They've managed to, be solid defensively and still create chances like this.
Lovely ball through to Nyong. Nyong looking for the layoff. Just took a deflection.
Good try, though.
Good covering defence from Buffalo Run as well. Here's Poto the Hulk. Can they at least get a consolation goal to bow out of this One Play Pro Club Challenge with their head held high? Remember, once you get to the semi-finals, you're only 1 game away from the grand prize, and in the semi-finals, even if you lose the semi-final, you'll get a shout out at the 3rd and 4th place playoff. So winning a quarter-final guarantees you a cash game, Nitin.
Yep, and I think that's what it's all about. These guys definitely, they joined the competition because they wanted to win the money, and not just that, they wanted the fame that this tournament will bring, and so far so good for these sides.
Lovely ball from the cool guy, finds Nyong, looking for the ball. What a pass
that
is! Lovely!
Oh, what a goal, guys!
Top boy!
Superb.
And that is one of the goals of the season so far. Coast to coast, crossfield passes galore, and an exquisite finish. One touch, bang. Snipey Lian, no chance, and Tit gets the job done. It is now 2-0 on the night, 5-0 on aggregate.
Yeah, but fantastic finish by Titbon there. There was a fantastic ball to him. The first touch made that chance possible. He controlled it so well. got it under control and blasted it past the keeper. Fantastic stuff from BrotherhoodVN. 6-0 on aggregate. I think we can say this game is officially, like how the dictator would say it, it's over.
6 or 5? 5, isn't it?
It's 4-0 and 2-0,
I
right?
thought it was 3-0. No, 3-0 and 2-0. 6, it's 6. I'm losing count now.
You see.
Goodness gracious me. What a pass, what a goal is Rashiza. By the way, one of your friends is on the board. It is 5, I was right.
Yeah, it's final.
You and Sam not paying attention. Sam sold me a dummy there as well. Where was the tournament director Yusuf when all that was going
he's
on?
in his pajamas sleeping.
It is 5. Sam apparently is counting the next goal included, and probably Gerd included as well. Used to be Nova, by the way, is on the line. Mohammed Akmal, used to be Nova, one of the other stars of the show.
I want to ask used to be Nova something. If you used to be Nova...
Yeah, they've already cracked that gag on the comment section. They've beaten you to the joke. But who did used to Nova? Yeah. Used to be Nova, used to be.
If you used to be Nova, who are you now?
So check, 5-0 now on aggregate, 3-0 and 2-0. As TK.
Yeah, 5-0, right.
Here's Poto the Hulk. Shan't be trusting Sam on a score again. Oh, lovely ball through. Nor Heisenberg, who's been, again, so effective, Heisenberg. He's not going to get man of the match or the headlines, but he's snuffed out every inkling of a Buffalo run attack in that holding midfield role.
He could be my man of the match.
It's got to be TK or the cool guy, surely.
Yeah, they're up there. You know, I also...
Oh, look at that from TK. Look at that from TK. If he's onside, that's a wonder pass. The cool guy keeps it in brilliantly. This partnership between TK and the cool guy is lighting up the west wing of the One Play Esports spectrum tonight. Oh, look at that from Diaz. They're showboating now.
I told you, Ong Diaz has also had a really super
You did tell me.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Titbon.
That's like I told you, it's 6-0 and you don't listen.
But it's 5.
I know.
Goodness gracious.
You shouldn't listen to me all the time, Patrick, but most of the time.
Most of the time.
Most of the time, it's okay.
I'm going to do what Nitinuti does and give you the eye roll. Headed up by the BrotherhoodVN. Such a difficult position for Buffalo Run now to know what to do. They must be bitterly disappointed. They're going to miss out on a cash game. BrotherhoodVN guaranteed a cash game as we go to the final stage just to share out that 1,700 Singapore dollars prize fund. And to get so close and to ultimately be so disappointing tonight. And you could argue they went into well, they did go into this game favourites Buffalo Run. And they've been sent back to Thailand with their bottoms spanked.
Yep, they have... that's full credit to BrotherhoodVN and how they've countered the 3-5-2 that the Buffalo Run boys are playing. Their 4-3-3 has worked tremendously. They've created chances. They've been solid at the back. It's a fully deserved progression to the semi-finals for BrotherhoodVN.
Poto the Hulk, the cool guy, down the left-hand side. Look at the space TK's got here. What a pass! What a pass! And it's going to be 6 now. Tip ball with his second in 10 minutes. The Buffalo Run have been torn to shreds, and that was a thing of absolute beauty. Not far off a carbon copy of the 5th goal on the night. The 6th goal, they can afford to walk that in.
You see, I told you, Patrick, it's 6-0 on aggregate.
You're a clairvoyant, you are.
You don't want to listen. Okay, anyway, that was a fantastic goal. Great ball again by TK, who's been superb in this over these 2 legs. Great ball to Titbon, and Titbon being the right man at the right place. Keeper came out a bit too fast.
Is this going to be 7?
No.
Sniper Lian gets there. By the way, Ishar Rosamane's made a good point. He says there's chemistry between TK and the cool guy is so on point. I agree. I think there's a suggestion that you should make your first ever joint man of the match award.
Nah, if I give it to 2 people, I have to give it to 3 because I think the cool guy TK and Ong
3
Diaz,
would just be silly.
Ong Diaz have been superb. So
I think you're getting carried away.
2 is silly.
You're getting carried away with
2
Ong
is
Diaz.
silly. What do you mean man of the match and 2 people?
You're getting carried away about Ong Diaz. He's been good. He's not been that good.
You see, you always don't credit the defenders, bro. That's your problem. You only look at the attacking threat and go like, oh, this guy's amazing.
How many times have you featured defenders on your players to watch?
Twice.
Yeah. How many games have we done?
79. No, because it's hard to find highlights,
I
bro.
know. You just don't look hard enough. There's obviously.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'll expect to see Ong Diaz then as one of your players to watch in the semi-final.
Maybe.
Oh, look at this. Can Buffalo Run at least get a consolation? Chance for them late on into time added on. This will be the final play of the game, and that sums up their night.
BrotherhoodVN, well done, guys.
The Buffalo Run have been beaten 3-0 twice. It's 6-0 on aggregate. And it'll be BrotherhoodVN of Vietnam through to take on the Amigos of Malaysia in Thursday's second semi-final. And look at those stats. 8 shots, 5 of them on target. And to be fair, it didn't seem to be Buffalo Run had that many shots, but they did. 3 on target from 6 taken. And yet BrotherhoodVN still kept them out. Traitor Kid with 2 clean sheets to his name on the night. And Nitin will talk you through the best of this action. And there was some great action to see. These goals, I'm sure, Vic is already editing to feature in our Goals of the Week compilation.
Yeah, I'm sure Vic is. He's always on the ball. Again,
great guy.
Yeah, I have to say, Buffalo Run, credit to you guys. You definitely put on an improved performance in the second leg, but over the 2 legs, there was only ever going to be 1 winner. 6-0 on aggregate. Congratulations, BrotherhoodVN. Let's kick off the highlights.
Yeah, and another early goal, carbon copy of the first game, Nitin, and this really put it to bed within 10 minutes of the second game starting.
Just look at how quickly he got that under control, quickly got the turn away, and a brilliant finish into the corner. Hui Nguyen, don't give him space in the box. This guy can turn on the first touch and just plant those shots away. So a great goal to start things off. This was Nguyen again, I believe.
Going to be obscured. That I think it was a save in the end, wasn't it? Decent save.
Sniper Lien.
This was the resulting corner. I think we're getting a full bouquet of highlights here. That header.
I don't know how these things make the highlights sometimes.
Yes.
They don't even know where the ball is.
If they had Sam and Vic running the control centre at EA Sports, this wouldn't happen.
Top notch.
Be much more acute. There's another effort. That one blocked.
Brilliant block.
Up and away. I think we just need to see the goals if you're listening, chaps. It's already 10 past midnight.
Don't worry. This is the cool guy. He had a similar chance to that extra time. What do you call it?
Golden goal.
Golden goal. Similar chance, but not a similar execution this time.
Very angry with that. I think he mouthed the swear word there.
I'm not sure. We'll have to watch a replay of that.
But look at the space they started. They started to really carve them up later on, didn't they?
I think that was Hui Nguyen with a fantastic through ball. I think the pass of the night to Titbon. And Titbon put it past the keeper.
There were 2 almost identical goals. The only difference between the other one he got was the keeper had come on walkabout, so all he had to do was pass this one into the net.
Yeah,
but that goal, that third goal in the second game that made it 6-0 on aggregate, that just summed up the golfing class between the 2. And let me ask you this, Nitin Nambier.
Yes.
The Amigos are online. Shout out to all the Amigos watching us.
Amigos arriba, Andre.
Yeah, but how concerned will they be on what they've seen? Will they have formulated a game plan? Will they have learned some lessons? And who now we know our 4 semi-finalists are favourites for you to take home the $1,000 prize, the 1,000 Singapore dollars prize next Saturday night in our grand final?
It's really hard to choose. All 4 teams have their different type of qualities, but from what I've seen so far, I do believe Tiki Taka are the most complete side we have in the tournament. Having said that, we are in a knockout tournament, and the good sides can get knocked out. So
can you just tell me who the team's going to win? That's what I'm asking you.
If you're asking me who's going to win, Tiki Taka, I think they have the best chance.
Fair play, because that's professional punditry. Because normally the easy option would be to say, BrotherhoodVN, they've just won 6-0, let's go with them. But I like your style there, bro, and we'll be able to find out if the Tiki Taka boys can get through to the final. All right, calm down. To the final next Saturday when they take on the boys of La Rojak in the first semi-final on Tuesday. Right, let's update brackets and sign off for the night and get ready to see you tomorrow for our first semi-final of the One Play Sports C Nations Cup. The semi-final bracket is complete. 2 from Singapore, 1 from Malaysia and 1 from Vietnam. No Thai team made it through to the final 4. The first semi-final will take place on Tuesday night between La Rojak and Tiki Taka. Then on Thursday, Amigos and BrotherhoodVN. Can't wait to see if BrotherhoodVN can back up from that annihilation of Buffalo Run to turn over the Amigos, who are talking tough as I speak on the Facebook comic section. Man of the match, you didn't. Can you just narrow it down? Got to be TK or the call. You're probably not going to give it to him.
I'm going to give it to TK. I thought TK
some of the passing was outstanding.
Some of his passing, his close control in the box, his late runs into the box. You were fantastic, bro, as were all 11 players on your team. So congratulations, BrotherhoodVN. See you guys soon.
So let's update you on what the action is upcoming on the One Play Sports FIFA Pro Club front. Tomorrow night, less than 24 hours to go before the first semi-final in the One Play Sports C Nations Cup. Malaysia and Indonesia will meet twice tomorrow night, once at Bukit Jalil around about 11 p.m. Singapore time, then at the Gelora, estimated half an hour later. Away goes Will Count. We're into 2-legged football now for a place in our One Play Sports C Nations Cup grand final that will take place a week tomorrow. That's how the bracket looks. If you're waiting for Singapore and Thailand semi-final, you'll catch that live on the network on Wednesday. And then next up in the One Play Pro Club Challenge is Tuesday's first semi-final. Got there in the end between La Rojak Football and Tiki Taka. That just about does it from Nitin and myself. Don't forget to keep checking back on the One Play Sports Facebook page for all the highlights and the best of the action that we've brought you the night before. Also, make sure you like, share and follow the One Play Esports page if you're a big gamer fan. And make sure, most importantly of all, you join Nitin and myself tomorrow night to see who will go through to the final in our first semi-final. It is Malaysia against Indonesia. Can't wait. We'll see you back there later. Well, it's tonight now, isn't it? We'll see you later tonight.
See you in a bit.